In this video, we are going to learn how to create a box plot. We are going to use this data set. This is a data set of 10 numbers, and the first thing we want to do is to order the data set. We are going to order the data set from least to greatest. Okay. After we have ordered the data set, which I've done for us here, we are then going to find the 5-number summary. The 5-number summary is made up of the minimum value, which is the smallest value of the data set, the maximum value, which is the largest value in the data set, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Now Q1 is a number such that 25% of the data values fall below. Q2, also known as the median, is the middle number. This is the number such that 50% of the data values fall below. And Q3 is the third quartile, which is a number such that 75% of the data values fall below that number. Now we want to find Q2, also known as the median, first. Okay, so we are going to find Q2 by pairing. So for example, I'm going to pair 6 with 92, and then 12 with 89, 33 with 88, 34 with 67. Now I can see that I have two middle numbers. I cannot have both 45 and 46 be Q2. I need only one middle number. So when you have two middle numbers, you need to take the average. So 45 plus 46 divided by 2 is going to be our Q2, or the median, which is denoted by a capital M, which is 45.5. Now what we want to do is we want to find Q1 and Q3. We are going to do this by looking at the bottom half of the data set. So because we did not use the 45 and the 46 as the actual middle number, they will be used in finding Q1 and Q3. So looking at the bottom half of the data set, I'm going to do the same thing in pairing 6 and 45, 12 and 34, and I find that I have a middle number of 33, which is Q1. I do the same thing for the top half, 46 and 92, 67, 89, one middle number, Q3. Now this happens us having an average for our median and an exact middle number for Q1 and Q3 when you have an even data set. Like we have here, we have 10 data values. If we had an odd data set, such as 9 values, you would find that the middle number, the median, would be one exact number, not needing an average, but Q1 and Q3 would have two middle numbers needing to be averaged. Okay, now we have our 5-number summary. We have our minimum, Q1, the median, Q3, and the maximum. We are ready to draw our box plot. So what we need to do to draw the box plot, now that we have our 5-number summary, is to draw a number line. We need to number this number line so that all the numbers from 6 to 92 will be contained on this number line. What we don't want to do is skip any values. So for example, we do not want to draw a number line that starts at 5, and then let's say we don't want to write all the numbers out, so we say, oh, ... and here's 50. And then you start numbering 55 and 60. You see this big gap right here? This is not good. And the reason it's not good is because when you're drawing a box plot, we are going to be able to see the shape of the distribution after we are done. The shape of the distribution will become invalid if we have spaces on our number line such as this that are not counted for. So we want to make sure when we draw our number line that, oh excuse me, I'm trying to erase here, that we do not skip any values. One moment on erasing. Okay, let's draw our number line now. So I can draw my number line from 0 to 100 if I would like. That would cover all the numbers from 6 to 92. But I'm going to start at 5, and I'm going to go to 95, because that also will contain all my numbers needed. Okay, and I'm going to go up by 10. So 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, and then 95. So I'm going to move 95 so that I don't have this big gap at the end of my number line. There we go. Okay, now I want to draw my box plot. I am ready. So you are going to want to start with 3 vertical lines for Q1, Q2, and Q3. So I'm going to go where 33 is on the number line. Now this is 35, so if I move slightly in, I know that I'm at 33. Now it's not necessary that you label your vertical lines when drawing a box plot, but because I'm not on graph paper, I find that it may be easier for me to read the box plot once I'm done. I'm going to draw my next vertical line at 45.5 for Q2, and my last vertical line at 88 for Q3. Then I am going to connect these lines by drawing a box. Okay. Lastly, I have to draw out my min and my max. My min is at 6, so I put a dot at 6 and then draw a horizontal line connecting it to the box. Now another name for a box plot that you may have heard of is a box and whiskers plot. These straight lines are your whiskers connecting the box to the minimum and the maximum. My maximum's at 92, so I'm going to draw a dot at 92 and then draw my whisker, or my horizontal line. Here we are, we have our box plot. We can see the shape of the distribution. Now remember that these quartiles mean that 25% of the data values fall between a quartile and the next one. So for example, 25% of the data values fall between the minimum and Q1. And another 25% of the data values fall between Q1 and Q2. Another 25% of the data values fall between Q2 and Q3. And the last 25% fall between Q3 and the maximum. So this really shows us how far out and how far spread our data values are. So we have a larger variability between Q2 and Q3 than we have between Q1 and Q2, because you can see the space is much smaller between Q1 and Q2 than it is between Q2 and Q3. Okay, so this is how we draw a box plot.